from the depths of your heart!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Full Nerd Academia podcast. I'm joined as ever by my lovely co-host, aka, let's see,
Daddy.
Bonkai Merc.
I can't get enough of that. Every time we play it, I know I say it all the time, but it gets funnier and funnier. But how you guys doing today? Especially to my co-host, Maito, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a little bit colder here lately, but it's nice and sunny, so kind of makes up for it a little bit. It looks nice outside. Fall is in full effect. So,
Yeah,
how are
most
you?
definitely is. Yeah, the weather definitely got me. I am under the weather, but I am here today to make sure we have a great show.
Yeah. I'm glad you were able to make it. I was getting ready to start without you, dog.
Look, if you did, I would have just popped in. I would have popped in like David Ruffin in that one scene in the Temptations and just started singing out of nowhere.
Nobody here to see you, Otis. Oh man. Well, with that out of the way, guys, we got quite a bit to talk about. We're going to be running down quite a bit of stuff for you today. But before we get into all that, let me just get our goodies stuff going. Let's see.
Get them banners going, baby.
Get the lo-fi going in the background. So we got quite a bit going on today. We're going to be covering some news from the last couple of weeks. So there's some stuff that came out of NYCC we wanted to kind of talk about. We didn't get a chance to last week, but we're going to cover that this week. Of course, we're going to be talking about Loki season 2. We got 2 episodes now to catch up on, and then just a couple of other things of nerd news and stuff. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get cracking here. We're going to start with, I believe, one second.
He just wanted to show off that Batman background. He's lying to you guys.
All right. Hold on, did that pop up? Yeah, okay.
Daredevil born
cool.
again.
All right, so breaking news, not earlier this week, I believe it was last week, but so Variety has released a statement saying, or not released a statement, but they had an article saying that Daredevil Born Again releases writers and directors as Marvel plans on an overhaul of the series. Basically, Marvel Studios recently parted ways with head writers Chris Ord and Matt Corman is currently seeking new writers to revamp the show. Ord and Corman will be credited as executive producers. So this kind of comes out. Honestly, it comes out very shortly after the Writers Guild of America strike ended, which seems kind of bad. It looks bad on paper for sure, but from what I understand and from what I've been hearing and what's been reported is that the reason why they let them go is because they felt like they didn't really like the direction the show was going. The way I read it is as the episodes that they were already shot made it much more of a courtroom procedural. There wasn't as much action in it as they wanted or as they thought would be intended. And then they even said something along the lines of Daredevil doesn't make an appearance in his actual suit until episode 4. Let's see.
All right, I gotta cut you off there. That firing, beautiful, love it. I'd love to hear that because we're not trying to watch fucking She-Hulk again. Like that's like they're trying to put out BS. Like, come on, man. Like give us like we've been waiting for this. Charlie Cox is like the perfect Daredevil. First of all, I'm starting with the perfect Daredevil. Like, I'm happy that they did the firing because, bro, who wants to wait until episode 4 to see Daredevil, the actual Daredevil? Like, we already seen Daredevil. We seen Daredevil in Daredevil already had his own show, right? Cool. We seen him in She-Hulk. We had to wait forever. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I was mad I had to wait that long just to see Daredevil. And then we got Daredevil in No Way Home.
Right.
Like,
Well, he wasn't
not
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Where we got the actor. But not Daredevil. So I don't want to wait until episode 4 to see Daredevil. I want to see Daredevil either in episode 1 or episode 2. They should be starting off episode 1 with a banger. Like, he's coming back to life. Like, well, not back to life, but you know what I mean, right? He's coming, like, they're
Right.
bringing him back. Like it says, born again. Like, we want to see Daredevil off the rip. Like, I want to see some kind of, like, I don't know about, I feel like, I don't want to say Marvel, but like, well, I'm gonna say Marvel. Marvel definitely needs a spice up because for the shows really haven't been hitting like they're supposed to. That's just
Right.
like the way I've been feeling. Like, the shows haven't been hitting like the way it's supposed to, except for Loki. Loki's just off the rip, just a banger. Like, that's how it should start. Give me that banger off the rip. So I'm glad they did the firing because nobody want to watch. Like I said, nobody want to watch courtroom procedurals for 4 episodes. Like, that's not what we want to see. So great job, Marvel, on this.
And like, I get what you're saying. I don't agree with them having to fire the people, especially literally on the heels of the WGA strike ending and people going back to work. Because in optics, that doesn't look very good. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I get where they're coming from in terms of, like, they want to do something different with Daredevil. They want it to be a lot more, obviously action oriented, as well as, like, they plan on doing something different in general. They have a different narrative, or not narrative even, a different goal moving forward with, like, the Disney Plus series and stuff, right? Yep. So that I can get, and I can get behind, and I can understand. At the same time, though, before they started shooting this movie, or not this movie, but this series, they obviously, like, signed off on the script. They obviously signed off on, like, the storyboards and, like, all this stuff. So, like, this stuff was already being shot. Like, if this was in, like, the beginning stages and, like, they wrote the script, they didn't like the stuff that was coming out of the script, they didn't like this, they didn't like that, then I can understand being like, you know what, we're gonna go with somebody else, we're gonna get our, we're gonna get another team of writers on this because we want them to, follow our direction, or we want them to follow, like, our vision of the show. They already signed off on, like, on the stuff from the script. They obviously already signed. I mean, they were shooting this already. So, like, fact of the matter is, it's like, if you didn't, you would have obviously known where this was going before you started shooting. Otherwise, you wouldn't have put any money into it to start shooting it. So clearly, they already had some thoughts of what this series was going to be. And then I think once it kind of came down the pike was with, like, hey, we're going to start doing something different with, the shows going forward. Daredevil, the way that we initially signed off on it being, like, okay to go, is not going to follow that direction. So, like, we need to change things up. So that part of it just doesn't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, obviously, again, they signed off on it the way that it was. They let it go through up until the point where, they had to stop shooting. And then as soon as it resumes up again, it's just like, oh, by the way, yeah, this isn't looking like what we wanted it to be, or what we wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like midstream, they were like, shit, you know what? Let's change up the way we're going to do things. Mm-hmm. And we got to change up the way that Daredevil Born Again is going to be. So, again, I can see both sides of it, but to me, it's really kind of sounding like very much like they changed their minds like in the middle of this type of deal. So,
And I'll take it. I don't care. I'm taking it. I don't like that.
yeah, I
four,
would
four
definitely agree
episodes.
because I want to see Daredevil right out the gate. I want to see him episode 1, and I want to see more of like what we saw with Daredevil in the Netflix series. Because
That's what I
those
was about
3
to say.
seasons,
Fire.
awesome. They were great. If they're gonna be making it closer to that, then hell yeah, I want to see that. I don't want it to be a full-on courtroom procedural because like then you run into the like, is this Law and Order or is this Daredevil? At the same time, there were things in Daredevil that like they had courtroom procedurals within the show that made it into the show that it was. You know what I'm saying? So like obviously you didn't spend the whole time there in the courtroom, but I don't know. I definitely feel like making it closer to like the Netflix series would be the way to go.
I agree, but I feel like they should be trying to top the Netflix series because, like we both think that Netflix series is really good. You have your own platform for Daredevil, and it's the platform that it should be on. I feel like
Right.
you should be trying to top the one Netflix had. So I think that's what they were trying to do. Like, all right, look, like this is not looking like the way we want it to go, so we gotta do what we gotta do. So, like again, I'm happy. I'm expecting a banger. Like I'm expecting some fire out of this. Not some, because if it's boring, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
No,
That's
I definitely
that's my
feel you.
dog.
I
Hell's
definitely
Kitchen,
feel you.
man.
Definitely, I
Oh.
definitely feel you on that, man. I definitely feel you on that. But anything else you want to say about Daredevil before we move on?
No, I'm just like I said. I can't wait for this to come out. So, hopefully we get this within the next year. So,
We'll see, because I mean, in all honesty, because if they were already working on shooting it, but I think they were only, I don't know, 5-6 episodes in to shooting it out of 18.
mhm.
So my guess would be they still had quite a bit to do. They just finished the strike, but on top of that, the actors are still on strike right now. I don't think we're going to be getting this within the next year. We might be looking at like at least another 1.5, 2 years before we get this.
Man, that's gonna suck. But hey, look, I'm still excited for it. So, I hope we get a banger.
As long as they take their time and do it well,
Mhm.
I'm cool with waiting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As long as we get a banger out of it, I'm happy.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, moving on to the Merc with the Mouth.
My God.
Daredevil 3. Wow, Deadpool 3. Freaking. Anyways, so Deadpool 3, right? It was recently announced, or at least there's been a lot more stories popping up about it. We kind of knew that this was going to happen just based on where things were going with the strike and like how things have been going with it lately. But Deadpool 3. So the original article that I clicked on from Giant Freaking Robot, the title of the article is Deadpool 3 is no longer releasing. Now, obviously, that was very clickbaity because I clicked on it only for them to say like that it's been moved, like the dates of it have been moved. So we already kind of knew that the writing was on the wall with that, just based on how things have been going with the strikes. It says Deadpool 3 has already moved release dates from September to November and then to May, and now it's going to move at least one more time. So again, because of the SAG after strike still ongoing, that's going to put a pause on a continual pause on production rather, until that ends. And then once that ends, then it could potentially go into production. From there, you got to wait for reshoots and then editing and all that other stuff. So that'll take at least another 3 to 4 months, probably, depending on however long it's going to take them to finish shooting the film because it was in the middle of shooting, I believe. I don't know exactly how long into it, but so obviously that's going to take some time. So from what it's sounding like, it's looking like they're probably going to be shooting for more of a fall release next year as opposed to beginning of the summer. I would hope maybe for somewhere in like the middle of summer, but I don't think they would necessarily want it to compete with some of the other films that they got coming out, because like they supposedly have Captain America: Brave New World is supposed to be coming out like mid-July or end of July. So I don't think they want to be competing, their movies competing with one another. So I would imagine that they're probably going to be pushing it towards like fall. What are your thoughts on this?
I gotta agree with you. I'm sorry. I'm just admiring this picture. This picture is so fire. No, I agree with you. Like, you don't want that's normally never happened with Marvel, where they have their movies competing against each other. So if they do that, it's gonna be kind of weird. So I see probably even Brave New World. I said Brave New World. Is it New World Order? No, it's Brave New World, right?
It is Brave New World, yeah.
Okay, I can see Brave New World probably getting pushed back too, because then, like I said, they're not gonna. Well, like you were saying, they're not gonna have competition within their own movies, because they don't really do that. So, but still, I'm excited to see this movie. Okay? Like, I'm really excited to see Hugh Jackman finally don the Wolverine costume. Like, I'm hoping he has the mask. Like, we've seen some, I think, fan bits, but we don't know if they're real or not. But
No, yeah,
I'm hoping
they're all fan.
they're fan. Okay, I'm really hoping like one of them is real, and we do see him wearing the mask. Like that, I'll be. I'll be fanboy for real. But I really can't wait for this movie. Like, Deadpool's my guy. I love Deadpool. So especially Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is such a gem when it comes to his movies. So especially his well, except for Green Lantern, but just these and a couple other movies that I like from him. So I really can't wait. So this please don't push it back. Just drop it. Let us see this. We're waiting, please.
Like I said, man, I mean, they still got to finish shooting this thing, and because the Actors Guild strike is still happening, like it's definitely getting pushed back one way or another. As far as how far back is getting pushed, it's just a matter of time to find that out. They haven't released an actual date, but the speculation is definitely that it's for sure going to be getting moved back. But
okay.
I was going to say, and I mean, on top of that, this is also just in general, the strike is causing a lot of things to be put, on pause right now, because for example, the Fantastic Four, right? The cast for the Fantastic Four, they've already been cast apparently, but they're not doing any announcements for it because of the strikes. So, or because of the strike rather, not strikes, because the other one's over with. But yeah, they're not doing any announcements for it until after that happens, because I'm assuming it has something to do with strike bylaws and stuff or guild bylaws and stuff like that, as far as announcements go. But yeah, I mean, either way, like, I can't wait for this movie to come out. I know it's going to be a while before we do end up getting it, but I'm just as excited to see, Hugh Jackman in the yellow and blue suit, and hopefully with a mask, fighting alongside Deadpool and stuff. I'm really hoping that everybody's like speculation that somewhere in the middle of the movie he's going to be ripping his freaking sleeves off happens, because we want to see the gun show. Because I mean, like, look, man, Wolverine, he don't wear no sleeves.
He's literally a gun show kind of guy. Yeah, this movie, I have a feeling this movie's gonna be really good. But also, I want to see like how they implement Deadpool. Like, first off, all like the fight scenes that we've seen, or the pictures, the stills. I mean, the stills that we've seen for the 35th Century Fox is going them like transitioning into to Marvel Studios. I think that's going to be a dope fighting scene. Also, I want to see how they implement Deadpool in the into the MCU. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree because like just in general, I mean, yes, Deadpool himself because his movies were like awesome, but like the X-Men in general, like I would love to see like when they plan on finally bringing the freaking mutants into Marvel into the MCU because
I'm tired of
they're
the spoilers, the semi spoilers that we've been getting.
spoilers.
Well, I mean, like they're not really like spoilers, but they're more like I can't think of the word right now.
Speculation.
Not speculation, because like they gave us like bits and pieces. Like, for instance, they kind of explain like how mutants came along in what's that shitty movie? Damn, I cursed. What's that terrible movie that Angelina Jolie was in?
They didn't explain mutants in that one in
Well,
Eternals. They didn't
well,
explain
we
mutants at
know
all
you're right, but we know that Eternals are the start point of the mutants.
in the
Well,
comics, not in the movies.
yeah, I know, but
They didn't say anything. They didn't bring any of that up in the Eternals because I was pissed off about it, and I raised it on this channel about it because they should have, but they didn't. So,
okay,
so
but
far as
we
we
both
know,
know. Yeah,
so
but I'm
far as we
saying,
know, like
okay,
with the mutants, I mean, they might just have been around all along, type of deal, but they haven't explained like how the mutants are, part of the MCU. They just
yeah,
kind of drop things here and there about like, well, with Miss Marvel, she has a mutation, and that's the reason why, she was able to use the Bengals' powers and stuff like that.
thank you.
So
That's what I was
that's
going
as much as
for.
we
Hints.
got. Right, like little hints, but it hasn't been much from there. That and
Oh,
then you get Professor X from Multiverse of Madness.
that's another one I was about to bring up too. Like the beginning, we got Professor X and Multiverse of Madness. So, bro, come on, like just stop playing with our emotions. Just give us what we want to see. We want to see some mutants. God darn it! And I'm still mad to this day about Miss Marvel because she's not a freaking mutant. She's a
Inhuman.
yes.
Yeah, but in all honesty, because I'm not a big Inhumans fan, and I know that Inhumans in general aren't a very big. They aren't like a money making franchise for Marvel in general. So
Hence why
like, right. Hence why like that show didn't go anywhere. That's hence why like they don't
Night
make
Vision.
any comics with Inhumans in it anymore.
Not even
I
just
mean,
that. I meant like hence why they switched Miss Marvel's back like well her story made her an X-Men in the comics.
well, right. I mean, that from what I understand, they're just doing to kind of align it a little bit more with like the movies because Marvel Comics has been doing that for a few years now, where they basically try to align some of the stuff that goes on in the comics with some of the stuff that happens in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
But that's to varying degrees that they do that, so it's not like something that happens all the time. But like that's definitely one of them. Like at one point before they acquired the rights back to like the X-Men and all those other characters that came from Fox. Before that happened, I remember in the comic books, they basically did away with the X-Men for a long time and tried to put the Inhumans like in its place more or less. They tried hard in the comics and they failed miserably. It was like they were trying to make for me, but nobody.
I don't know if you can hear me, but you're cutting out really bad. Uh-oh. I think I lost my co-host. Let me text him. That's terrible. I gotta text him on. Epic fail. What a guy here. I can't believe this guy. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just in case. Yeah, I apologize everybody for the technical difficulties. My my co-host said his internet was lagging, so he's just trying to get himself situated at the moment. And the part that sucks is that he has all the information. So,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, it's my internet's being a little laggy. Unfortunately, I don't have any place to put in my office. I don't have a place for my internet router. Otherwise, I would put that in here. But
No, you're good now. That was just it doesn't happen often for you, so that was kind of weird but funny.
right, I was just like, what's going on?
I was about to have to hit the. Do you remember the old cartoons when something goes wrong and they put on a little cap and they start dancing? And I was about to do one of those. But yeah, we're off of Deadpool now, but yeah, I mean, like you said, we're both excited for this, so can't wait for it to come out. What we got next? What we got next? I'm excited.
Moving on. So this is something I found interesting. I mean, you might too. So they released some images of Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn for Joker Folie à Deux, Joker 2 Folie à Deux, something. The second Joker movie. So as we know, like this was news a long time ago. Lady Gaga got cast in the role of Harley Quinn. So they released some photos of her as Harley Quinn in the movie. So like we got that.
She looks no different from what she looks like in her videos and stuff.
I mean, yeah, to be honest.
That's horrible. I don't like that. I like that one. That reminds me of Harley Quinn.
My guess is it's going to be a bit of a transformation for her, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I can imagine what it's probably going to be is that she's going to start off as like just like somebody who kind of follows the Joker's quote unquote philosophies or whatever, you know, kind of like how because at the end of the movie, obviously, like there was a huge mob of people who were, you know, becoming Jokers, right? They're all wearing the masks and just like, you know, basically causing havoc in the city. I can imagine she's probably going to be like one of those characters. That's why she like, you know, painted up her face or whatever. But obviously, I would imagine that throughout the movie, like she gets closer and closer to Arthur, and eventually probably snaps too. I don't know, or maybe she snaps at the very beginning of the movie. So, not, you know, no real news on it other than like this is kind of what she's looking like in the movie.
Yeah, I like some of the photos. That one is cool. That first one was cool. This one is terrible. But I know why they're doing it, so she can kind of match the way he looks.
Yeah. The way that this looks, because it looks like these are police officers in the background here. It almost looks like maybe that she's like getting escorted to like court, and this is how she dressed at court, possibly. But then, like, you know, probably somewhere within the movie, she, you know, something happens and she ends up looking more like this. But I don't know. I'm interested, you know, like I liked that movie quite a bit.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like Joker?
Mm-mm.
Oh, see, I had no idea. I don't think you and I ever really talked about it, honestly. Like,
No, we
I liked
haven't.
it quite a bit. Like, I didn't necessarily like the, I guess the, I'm trying to think of how you would explain that necessarily, but the sort of narrative of like people with mental illness could potentially go even
Crazy.
crazier and like do something horrific like that. That's not necessarily a good look. Like that's
No.
definitely not a good look. But I think the original thought behind it was that society tends to push these people off to the side and not really pay them any mind.
Mm-hmm.
And isolation and abandonment and things like that could push somebody over the edge. But in terms of like this is gonna kind of putting it in the forefront, like this is what happens with mental illness, like that's not a good one. But other than that, like I like the movie in general.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. I didn't really see no parts just like, oh, well, that's cool. The only thing that was cool, and I didn't really care for it that much, just because he was in the Bronx. But it was when he was walking that, when he doing his little dance down the steps. Outside of that, I mean, movies are it was alright. It's alright. Like I didn't see nothing to like, oh damn, like yo, that was really like that was oh man, like it's like all right, well.
Well, and see, like
I'll give you that.
it's less of a comic book movie and more of it's like a
Trying to give
it's a drama that's based in like a right. It's based in like a it's like a comic book backdrop, but like it's based on like a it's a drama for sure. So
yeah, that literally has nothing to do with Batman at all. It's purely supposed to be about the Joker, but it has nothing to do with Batman.
Yeah, that's true. But it's an Elseworld story. It's something that like it's just supposed to be like I said, it's a drama, but using comic book characters.
Yeah, well, it's just cool. I'm gonna watch it just because it's DC, but I really don't care for it.
Any other thoughts on Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn before we move on?
She better have the voice. Like she better have that Margot Robbie type of voice, because and she don't got it. I'm gonna be highly upset. I want to hear some pudding. I want to hear that squeaky Harley Quinn voice that I'm expecting. You know the voice I'm talking about.
The Mr. J.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm expecting. So if I don't hear it, I'm gonna be really upset.
Hopefully she sounds better than the freaking actress who does Harley Quinn in DCU. Currently, the first one she wasn't bad, but the newest one.
I'm not gonna talk about that.
But moving on. So why don't we jump into some Loki before we get into the NYCC stuff?
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about episodes 2 and 3 of Loki, guys. So spoiler alert. All the spoilers, because we're going to be diving deep in it into Loki. So first thoughts, man. What were your thoughts on these 2 episodes?
So to me, I feel like the show it gets better by each episode as well. So I said season 2, episode 2. Episode 2 was actually kind of funny and surprising to me, because they go back in time. They go back to now I can't think of the dang word. And like, all right. So I'm gonna start with, you may have to put me on the spot and put me on the one, but my favorite part about that episode was when, is it B13? No, he's not B13.
15.
Oh my god, B15. Yes, thank you. When he said that Loki, like,
wait, so
no, not
B15
is Mobius.
B15 is the woman, and then X5 is the guy that they go hunting after.
Okay, so he was like, Loki, like, this is not you. Like, you're a villain. You should stick to that. I think that was before they brought out the thing,
Oh yeah.
and I was
Oh.
like, yeah, you just tempted that man. You don't tempt a man. You don't. Well, not even a man. You just tempted a god. You don't tempt a god like that. And first, oh well, I did skip a part two, but man, like he was like, all right, I'm gonna give you exactly what you want. Yeah, I know, I definitely skipped the part, but like that was I was just talking about my favorite part. My other favorite part is to see my favorite thing about the whole part of season 2 is that we seen Loki use his powers. Because in the first one, he didn't use his powers at all, if I'm correct. Not until the end.
He did,
No.
but very, very lightly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But this one, he really used his powers. So I was so happy to see him actually use his power. And no, I can't say that because it was so many funny, good scenes out of that one. Like at the very beginning, he's like, "Oh, Mobius, glad to see you," and then you see Loki, like,
Right.
"Oh," and he tried to escape. He's like, he's running. Yeah, he's running. They start chasing after him. Wow, that was that like I said, there was so many like good parts out of episode 2. I'm not gonna touch episode 3 yet because I know we're gonna talk about it together, but episode 2 was really good. Like I've really enjoyed to see like that MCU side of Loki that we saw at the beginning of all the movies, where you tempt him and you see the bad of him. So it was nice to see that little touch, that little flashback of Loki.
My review of it, I liked episode 2, but I didn't like it as much as I liked episode 1. I feel like they slowed down a little bit in episode 2. Whereas like episode 1, it was just like it's going. There's a lot going on, but there's a lot of sense being made. Like we kind of know where we're going, we know where we're heading, and then episode 2 kind of feels like it dropped down a little bit. But the overall consensus, obviously, or the overall like sort of theme of episode 2 was they're trying to get some information so that they can find Sylvie, and then from there they can figure out what piece together like what did she do, and like is she the one who's controlling time now? That's what they assume, or that's what Loki assumes, because he knows that she was there to kill He Who Remains, and he knows that she killed He Who Remains because obviously his timeline started splitting. So, the one thing that I didn't necessarily I should have seen coming, but I didn't know that we were going to be getting it so soon, was I forget what that timekeeper's name was, but she had like a whole little sect, or a whole little crew of her own, basically like starting to open up time doors and sending them out to like prune timelines, which was like, oh shit, I didn't know that they're going to do that so soon. I thought that was going to be something that we would get towards the end of the season. Like it definitely seemed like something that was going to be like paid off later. I didn't know it was going to be paid off so soon. You know what I mean? So the fact that they got in there and then basically Sylvie jumped in to help them to stop it was cool to see them all kind of teaming up finally, or teaming up again rather. But it's wild because she ended up pruning like a crap ton of timelines. Like it looked like they only left like a few timelines on branching off from the main timeline or the sacred timeline.
And that's because
but now I'm assuming like
what they were doing. My bad.
They didn't get a chance to finish what they were doing, but they seemed like they got quite a bit done. And then but it must have like kept on growing still after that, because like OB is still having trouble with the time loom. He's still having trouble with it, like not, he said not not being big enough or whatever for it to hold the capacity of all those timelines and stuff. So I'm assuming maybe it's still just growing exponentially, like a lot more than they anticipated, even though they pruned it down to just like a few, at least it looked like. So curious to know just how quickly those things tend to, or how quickly those timelines tend to like spin, you know what I mean? So, but overall, like it was still it was still good. I still liked it quite a bit. I just felt like it slowed down a little bit. It was interesting to see Sylvie like in her new sort of home, her home timeline, and she's just full on like, yeah, I work for McDonald's now. This is what I do. I'm gonna take my break. I got a short break, so make it fast, type of shit. So,
And then you see Mobius eating McDonald's, which is hilarious.
dude, oh my god, he's just like, yeah, we're sharing a meal, and it's a great meal. It's like it's McDonald's, bro. Like, it's like I got you a shake.
Yeah. Did
Mobius in this show in general is just like he is such a joy to have in the show, and him bouncing off of Loki is always great.
Yo, when they were sitting there having the key lime pie, oh no, like when he slapped B5, and then X5, and then Loki was like, "What is that?" It was nothing. It's like, "Are you sure?" Yeah. And then he's like, "You know what? Come on, let's go have a pie." Oh no, he said, let's go somewhere. And they were following each other. And he was like, Loki's like, "Where are we?" He goes, "I was following you." And he said, you can't be because I was behind you, so I'm following you." And he stopped and looked. He's like, "All right, come on, let's go." He said, when he was like, "Oh, let's go have a pie." And he said, "Let's go get something." And he's like, "Can it be a pie?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And they're both eating key lime pie.
Right. Right.
I was.
I'm not gonna lie, that pie looked pretty good too. So
It did. It was green as hell though, but it did. And he was like, I'm not gonna lie, kind of got under my skin.
Right.
It's like, yeah, like Loki probably like, yeah, I can tell. But yeah, no,
yeah,
that
whole scene with the interrogation after that was really good because
it was.
Yeah, Loki really played it off like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and Mobius has nothing to do with this. And so they really played it off really well.
Yo, when he put him in the box,
right,
and tried to act like he didn't know what he was doing, yo, that had me in tears. Oh,
yeah,
so this is what this does. It's like, oh yeah, you I told you pissed off the wrong person. You should have just answered the questions. You don't mess with a god. But yeah, no, that part was, I love that part.
Now episode 3. So episode 3, I felt like, I feel like it picked back up a bit, in this. So, they go to, well, actually no, because we don't start off with them at the World Fair. We start off with Ravonna Renslayer, right?
Mm-hmm. We start off with Ravonna. She went back to Chicago of 1893. No, she went back before that actually, because they met.
I think.
Yeah, and they met with well, they didn't meet, but she met with
Miss Minutes.
Yes, I don't know why I couldn't think of Miss Minutes. I was about to say Miss Time Hop. Miss Minutes, to give basically Kang, or the one who remains, the book, his book, that he drew up for
Not
the
his
time.
book. No, it's not his.
I thought it was his that he made, but it's to
No,
give back to
so
himself if anything happened.
It's the TVA guidebook, and that one was written by OB.
Okay.
So
I thought he written it, and then he just gave it to Miss Minutes and said basically, if anything ever happens to me, just go back in time and just give it back, something like that. But okay.
no, it's the TVA guidebook. OB is the one who wrote it, based on Kang's designs, or based on He Who Remains designs, which is Victor Timely in this timeline, right?
Yep.
So, and I guess one of their, the plan B or whatever was like, hey, if this ever goes south, take this, give it to my younger self, and he'll be able to like interpret, what it means, and like, all the designs and all the other stuff, because obviously like he was able to, like, he started taking notes and he like wrote down like how everything works, and like he basically put everything together from there, but like he like actually did the like blueprints and the designs for it and stuff. So I think that was more of like a thing to like spark his inspiration for it, I guess. But
Mm-hmm. Which did, because when he got older and you saw the machine, the same machine that they used in episode 2, you see the well, it's
timely.
not, yeah. So I was like, oh no, that's pretty dope that you got to see the I don't know,
The
I can't think.
prototype of
Yes, thank you.
the
The prototype.
Yes,
Yeah, that's exactly how he sound. But nah, that part was that was a fire part of the movie. Like when they all were there and they all ran into each other, and Loki using his powers again and made that big dude vanish into the cage. You don't remember that part?
made the big dude vanish into the cage.
Yeah, because he bumped into the big dude, and the big dude said something to him. So he basically wanted to fight him. He's like, let's go outside. And Loki's like, all right, that's fine. We can go outside. And he hit him and made him like he touched him, made him vanish, and he was in the cage. And when they ran back out there to go find Victor Timely because Victor Timely's getting chased.
Oh, okay. I think I remember what you're talking about now. Yeah, that little part I didn't remember.
Okay, because that part caught me. Because then Mobius was like, Loki, everyone, and he said Loki, I forgot what he called him, but I know he said Loki to something, and then everybody started clapping because the dude disappeared like that.
Yeah, that
He
was
said
pretty
Loki
wild.
the magician.
Okay, you're right. The magician or the wizard or some crap like that. Because
Yeah.
Victor Timely called him a wizard later on. So,
Yeah.
So I liked all the stuff with like Ravonna, Miss Minutes, and Victor Timely. Basically, they're just like kind of telling him like, hey, this is who you are. This is what you do in the future. This is who you are to us. Blah blah blah, and basically like building up his ego and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
And it's wild when they're on the ferry. Like
Yo,
Ravonna
those
Renslayer's
fires.
getting this in her head, like, oh, I'm gonna be his partner in this, and he's just like, you see his face turn like, I don't do partners, because he even said that earlier in the episode to everybody who was trying to like buy his prototypes and stuff like that. And one guy was just like, I'll be your partner in this, and he's just like, I don't do partners, I don't do partnerships. And then like he like basically like stranded her out in in the middle of the lake
Yo,
while
that
they
part had me
made
in
it to
tears.
his laboratory and stuff. And like Miss Minutes was just like, you had to do it. You were right. She wanted this to be a partnership.
Yeah.
And then
More like-
Miss Minutes is something else, dude. That took a turn I did not expect to see.
Me either. Yeah, that threw me off. But I was dying laughing when she tried to throw her little mini
Yeah.
body at him.
Yeah, that was weird. I was just like, what the? He's
Yeah,
like, you never built me a body, and I wonder why that is. And he's just like, I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah,
that wasn't
he's
you.
looking like, nah, yeah, you're acting weird. Click.
Right.
And then
She wanted to be his partner in more than one way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, she definitely did. And then Ravonna showed up and was like, "Yeah, we about to shut this shit all the way down."
Right. Miss Minutes.
Daddy.
That's
And
exactly
then
what she was
Ravonna had
looking
to
for.
come in and be like,
Mommy's always on top.
That's exactly what she came in like too. Like she started ordering, like, "Yeah, no, it's not happening. Look, you." I was like, "Yeah." He knew the deal. He knew he messed up.
For
She was
real.
about to prone him.
dude, freaking. And then then at the end of the episode, Loki and Mobius almost catch them. Like they almost get them, but then they just go through a time door and then they're lost again. So, well, at least that's where it left off. I don't know if they're necessarily lost again, because I'm sure that they can track their their tempad or whatever again, but I'm imagining at this point, Ravonna will have to she'll be figuring out some way to like block their signal or something like that. I guess. Who knows?
No, that's
But,
not what happened last. In episode
Isn't-
3? No.
Yeah.
At the end of episode 3, Sylvie came, and she basically saved them. Because then she was actually about to kill. All right, so we skipped a lot though, but she was actually about to kill.
So no. I'm talking about at the very end, because in the middle of this, that's when they're running through Chicago's World Fair in 1893.
Okay. So
and
yeah,
then
no,
they get onto the Ferris wheel, and that's when Sylvie comes because she's trying to kill Victor Timely.
yeah. So at the end of at the end of the episode, Sylvie kicks Ravonna and Miss Bennett into where it ends or something like that, and they're in that room where she killed the hero who remains. And she was like, so you want to see the end of time or something like that, and she kicked them into that room. So now they're stuck in, like, Ravonna and Miss Minutes are stuck in that room that it was in, where you can see the timelines. And she's like,
Okay, see, I didn't remember that Sylvie kicked them in there. I thought they went there with
No.
Victor Timely.
no, Victor went with Mobius and Loki, because Sylvie's like, don't make me
Okay.
regret this. And
You're right.
yeah, and she said, I'll deal with her. And she was like, oh, so like basically like we meet again type thing. And then so she's like, so you want to see the end of time? And then kicked her into that room. And she goes, enjoy, and then left her there. And then Miss Minutes told Remslayer, like, so there's a secret that I've been holding that I should have told you a while ago, which I think I know what the secret is.
What do you think it is?
I think that that Remslayer's past is that she used to be either married to Victor Timely or they were in a relationship, because like the way they always looked at each other, you could kind of get that sense.
Okay. Well, I know from the comics that Ravonna Renslayer is like the love interest of Kang, insofar that like Kang at one point in time gives up everything for Ravonna Renslayer. She eventually betrays him, and then, or she dies. I can't remember what it is. I think she dies actually. She dies, and then he basically puts her in like a time stasis, and then the reason why he becomes a conqueror is because he's trying to basically conquer time so that he can find a way to like basically get her to live again. At least that's one of his very many like iterations in time that like that's basically kind of what he does. So, but Ravonna Renslayer has always been like the lover of Kang. So,
Okay, yeah, that's what I see happening here too.
yeah, I can see that happening too. Part of me thinks that maybe she's actually from the future. That she's from somewhere like later on in the future or whatever. He pulled her out of the timeline. So she kind of at this point exists out of time because the future is different from from what
Anybody would remember because of everything
Right.
that's going on. That would make sense too. But yeah, that's just my like theory on it. How they're gonna do it in the show, like, is that love interest? They're probably married or something, and something happened, and then she got pulled out of the timeline, and then she ended up in the TVA.
could be, man. I'm interested to see what happens in episode 4 because episode 3 was really good. And we're halfway through now, right? Because it's only 6 episodes, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe it's only 6.
Okay. And they gotta extend these seasons. Stop
For
going
real.
6 episodes.
Please.
Give us 10. Give us
Please.
12, something like that.
Shit, I'll even take 8.
Loki's one of those shows where like I would take a freaking solid 10 episodes out of Loki. You know what I mean?
Hands down, because Loki really Loki is actually the first, especially the first one. It broke down like what we're supposed to be seeing throughout the timelines and stuff like that, and it has a true purpose to the cinematic universe.
Well, and like it was it was the start of the multiverse, basically. You know what I mean? So like, or at least that's what it was meant to be. It was just like with them killing He Who Remains and breaking time, that created the multiverse and everything. So like that's I feel like this is a big part of what the multiverse saga is supposed to be about. So I would definitely like to see a lot more of this, and hopefully even see a lot more of this start integrating into different movies and shit. So, but yeah, I mean that was all for the Loki, I believe. I mean, do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about for Loki before we move on?
No, I mean, great. It's actually been really good. So, to me, it's just getting better and better as each episode goes. To me,
yeah, same. I definitely I'm digging it a lot so far. But why don't we get into the final portion of the show that we're going to be going through here, which is a lot of the nerd news coming out of New York Comic Con. That came out of New York Comic Con.
So mad that we didn't even get a chance to go.
Yeah, man. I really wish we could have gone. But obviously, there's been a lot going on this year, from the two of us. So like,
yeah.
So, hopefully we can start planning on it for next year. Going.
Oh no,
I would definitely go to New York, probably over San Diego, just because I would love to go to San Diego, but I know San Diego would be so expensive.
Yeah, it definitely would be. New York is a little bit more manageable for us. So, well, especially for me, because I literally live the next state over, so I could just take the train to New York. But for you, it's gonna be a little bit harder. But you guys are in the state, so it don't matter. But plus, I don't know, but it'd definitely be easier for us to do New York compared to San Diego.
Yeah, and hopefully we can get the third amigo in to go as well. By that time I think his new addition will be a little bit older. So
yeah, should be coming this year. Should be next month.
I thought it was like within the next week or two. I think.
It's possibly in the next week or two. Because he was telling me that it's supposed to be November 21st. But they're gonna push it forward. So it's gonna be at the 39-week mark. I think I said that right. Yeah, at the 39-week mark, instead of waiting the full on. So yeah. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. And my prayers to make sure they have a healthy baby. I still owe them a gift. I stole you a gift. It's coming.
For sure. But all right, man. Let's move on. Let's move on to the meat and potatoes, or would this be the dessert? Maybe this is the dessert because we've already talked about a lot of stuff. So we're going to be talking about New York Comic Con, and this news is coming to you from IGN because they condensed everything down in a nice little, palatable, thing for us to go through here. So we'll be going through it right off the page here. But so first off, this new Dragon Ball series that was announced, I believe they announced this like day 1 or day 2 of NYCC. But this is a new Dragon Ball series called Dragon Ball Daima.
Yes, I know what this is now. This is supposed to be the story of Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it says DH Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, and many more. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and give this a quick watch here. Hopefully the audio is decent on it. How's that sound in there?
Nope, we got a buffer.
さあ、願いを言え。
Wait. Let me go back real
Yes,
quick.
yes,
Was that?
we definitely just seen Master Roshi as a kid. Yes, we did.
Yeah, right there. Hold up. That's Ox King as a kid.
Yeah, no,
Yo, what? Get out of here. I didn't even notice this before. Master Roshi as a kid? Come on, man.
yo, they could have made him a
That's
teenager.
wild.
Nah, they threw him as a kid.
Yo, that's wild. Okay. But then this is the weird part, too. They're kids and they're playing with the babies of their people.
Of their kids.
Right.
So that's Goten and Trunks. Oh, going with the power pole.
What you think of that, man?
That's actually quite interesting to see. Like, there's a lot of nostalgia in that video. Like for well, I don't like Goku's outfit. I honestly think they should have did well. It is his Dragon Ball outfit, kind of. Did he have the tail? I didn't notice that or not.
I don't think he did.
I wonder if they
Here,
still have the animations, not animations. I wonder if they still be able to go because they shrunk them. I wonder if they will still be able to go. Excuse me. I'm about to say Dragon Ball Blue. Super Saiyan God. I wonder if they were still allowed to. Oh nope,
he
no
doesn't
tail.
have his tail.
Okay, so it's just his
Who's he
original outfit.
facing? Who's that he's facing?
I don't know.
Can't really tell.
Me either. But it's dope to see the nostalgia though. Like he's using power pole. I wonder if he brings back the Nimbus Cloud. That'd be
Yo,
dope to
I
see too.
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I saw it in there, but I could be wrong. I want
No,
to say I
I
saw some other like tie-in material here where he was on the Nimbus Cloud.
which is that dragon that flew by him. Because that dragon has two senses. So that dragon was originally in Dragon Ball, and it was also in Dragon Ball Z when Gohan was a kid. But
Mm-hmm.
I definitely love the power pole. The power pole is like one of my favorite things that he had that I'm mad that he got rid of. Well,
Now
I
is
understand
this?
why.
That's not Whis, right? No, I don't think that's
No,
Whis.
that is possibly going to be Android. Oh my God, this is where I wish Wolf was here because Wolf knows the exact person. I can't think of her name, but she turned her body um from an android to like a boo. Oh,
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. I can't remember the
she
name though.
yeah, she's in Xenoverse too. I can't think of her name though. And she was married to somebody that's important. But yeah, I know she took some of her parts and she made herself into a boo. Um,
Huh.
yeah, so I think that's her.
Okay. But then this little baby hand here in front of Bobbity, I feel like maybe this is supposed to be like a baby boo, perhaps.
Yeah, that is it Vegeta. No, it can't be Vegeta. Yeah, um, possibly. It's kind of hard to
Possibly.
tell.
It is just because it's kind of a quick shot anyways.
Hmm.
And like this it's you can't really see any color on this hand. So I don't know, but
I will say I do like the animation, like the new animations for anime recently. Especially like right here, like it looks beautiful. It looks so beautiful.
Yeah, it's clean. It's very clean and crisp.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
feel
I
like
agree.
because they did that
Demon
with
Slayer.
Dragon
Oh
Ball
no,
Superhero.
yeah, with Gohan's movie.
It was
Yeah,
with Gohan's movie, and yeah, it's definitely a lot crisper. And it's
yeah,
just
I
like
agree. I agree. It looks really good.
yeah, so they're really stepping it up with the animation. So yeah, I'm excited for the series. I I would have liked to see the next arc of Super come before this, but like this right here just kind of tugs on the nostalgia quite a bit in terms of like Dragon Ball. So yeah, I want to see what all these fools will look like as kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, we already seen what Vegeta looks like as a kid,
Yeah,
and of course I said Gohan, Goku, and what's my man's name? Krillin.
Krillin.
But it's
Yeah,
weird to see Piccolo that because they shrunk him down too. I don't know if you noticed, like his feet wasn't touching the
yeah.
ground.
Piccolo, Bulma, like even like Trunks and Goten are like babies now.
Yeah, so this is going to be very interesting to see.
But all right, moving on from Dragon Ball Daima, we got a new trailer for season 2 of Invincible. This is going to be showing up on Prime on November 3rd. I can't wait
Ooh,
for this, honestly. So like, here,
me
let's
either.
take a look at this really quick. Can I?
We must be new security guards.
Of
Yeah,
course.
Back in the 80s, some kids were
bro, this
missing.
movie looks so weird.
That's
And then
why
look
the
at it to the
place shut
right.
down.
It looks so
What is she
cool and
doing here?
creepy.
I couldn't find a sitter.
You know what it's based on,
What are you
right?
so
You've heard of
afraid
Five
of?
Nights at Freddy's?
Them.
We'll talk about
We
that later.
all
Okay. All right. Here, let's get this
Like
on.
after the show, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Remember that day. For some, the pain will never fade.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be my dad. What if that happens? What if I become him and I don't even know it? I need to do more. I can save lives. Put me back out there.
Mark isn't like other Viltrumites. He's a good guy.
Dinner tonight?
Go save the world, Invincible.
You're way too good for me! You're way too good for me!
Go save the world, Invincible.
Sorry.
Viltrumites. He's a good guy.
Alan looks a lot skinnier here.
He does.
He looks a lot skinnier.
Other Viltrumites. He's a good.
Yeah, he looks a lot skinnier here than he did in the first season. And I
He
know in the
definitely
books
does.
he's just supposed to get bigger, so I'm wondering why he looks like this.
guy.
Dinner tonight?
Go save the world, Invincible.
You're way too good for me! Who are you?
I call me the Shapesmith.
There's an infinite number of dimensions, and I was born with the ability to access all of them.
Shut it down or I take it down.
Make us.
You have no idea how much I wanted you to say that.
It's bottled in, I'ma let it out. Man, I've been through wars, still can't knock me down.
Your powers don't make you a hero. They make you dangerous.
Made it through the storms, you can't knock me down.
Make him pay for what he did to your world.
The last 20 years of my life have been a lie.
You want this back? Come and get it.
Wrong choice, asshole.
I need revenge. So arrogant, just like your father.
People of Earth, the more you resist, the worse this gets. And if you think you can stop us, don't forget, I'm...
Nice.
Yeah, that's I can't wait. November 3rd, I'm definitely tuned in. That looks like it's gonna be really good.
It really does,
Nah,
man. Like,
that part when he was like, "I'm shaped," bow.
right. he gets smacked. So I mean,
oh,
this is following up season 2 or season 1 rather of Invincible. It looks like it's not pulling any punches just like the first season did. There's going to be plenty of, I don't want to say gore because it's not really gore, but a lot of violence and a lot of like blood and stuff like that. They don't really pull anything back on that. I'm curious to see exactly where it's supposed to go because if I remember correctly, in the comic book series, one of those the character that pulls the helmet on and has access to the different multiverse or into the different dimensions or different universes,
Mhm.
he ends up kind of being like a nemesis to Mark to Invincible. But I don't remember him coming up so soon. So I'm wondering if they kind of shifted some things around uh for season 2 and then they plan on doing like building up to something else in season 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting. But yeah, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. I've been waiting on this for a couple of years now. So
Yeah, same. Well, I can't say a couple of years. So for me, it's just been the last year. It's that show is actually better. It's I'm gonna say it's better because I didn't want to watch it at first, and I'm like, I'm not really, I don't really care for Invincible. Dude's name is cool because it's Grayson, but nah, that show actually surprised the hell out of me of how good it was. So yeah,
yeah,
it definitely sold me. Excuse me. I can't wait for season 2 myself. Now I know it's literally right around the corner. So yeah, bring it on because that
yeah,
I'm
literally.
definitely watching this. Huh?
Yeah, same, dude. I can't wait. It's literally it's going to be out in like a week and a half, something like that.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Time is flying. But yeah, I can't wait
Yeah,
because
me either, man.
right after that, then the week after we get the Marvels, November 10th.
Oh yeah, you're right. We do. We do. I'm still wondering if I think I'm gonna go see it in theaters. I'm pretty sure I will, but I don't know. Like I want to, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? Because like I
Yeah.
wasn't a huge fan of Captain Marvel the movie. This movie looks pretty good, but again, like I don't want to freaking like I don't want to go see it and then it suck and then me like have to come on and be like, you know what I mean?
Yep. Trust me, I understand.
But we'll see. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But following up, obviously, from Invincible season 2, we've got an Invincible adjacent piece of news, which is we got some gameplay, a gameplay trailer from MK1 for Omni Man, who is going to be a downloadable character in the Combat Pack 1, I believe, of Mortal Kombat 1. So let's just give this a quick watch. Yes.
Welcome to Freddy's. You must be new security guard.
I loved this place as a kid, but it shut down. What is
Really
she doing
pushing this
here?
movie
I
hard.
couldn't find a sitter.
Have you met them yet?
Met who?
You have destroyed worlds. I have erased whole timelines. Finally, a worthy challenge. I claim this timeline for the Viltrum Empire. You will burn for this invasion.
Hmm.
Welcome to Freddy's. You must.
That's not. All right. Dude, that looks so sick. I can't wait. I know I can't play MK1 and I know you don't, but that looks so sick, dude. Like he literally did the same moves, like the same moves that he did in
Invincible.
Invincible season one,
Mm-hmm.
where he smushed
He
that
did.
dude's head and then he like held him up. Going through, instead of a bus this time, it's the freaking. Oh wait, no, it was a subway the first time.
Yeah, it was a subway.
It was a
Mhm.
subway. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty wild. That's pretty cool. What's really dope too is they have the voice of Omni-Man from the show doing the voice in the game, which is J.K. Simmons. For those of you who don't know, J.K. Simmons is like a dope ass actor. So, and he does a lot of geek and nerd stuff too. So that's just awesome. Moving on. Now I know that you're not going to be super interested in this, but I thought it was pretty cool. Monarch Legacy of Monsters gets a trailer, but then like this is already supposedly, I guess this is already coming out. Yeah, it's debuting on Apple Plus or Apple TV Plus on November 17th. I had no idea this was even a thing until like it popped up here in New York Comic Con. So just take a quick watch of this.
You must be new security guard.
Sorry, guys, you guys are gonna get really annoyed at this ad.
That's why the place shut down. What is she doing here?
I couldn't find a sitter. What are you so afraid of?
Monarch was there in San Francisco. When the whole city was coming down, these guys were taking pictures, like they'd been waiting for it.
You think that your father was working for them?
This stuff was in a safe.
Hardly. What's Monarch?
This is the world we live in. Monsters are an inescapable reality.
Those files belong to us, and they are more important than you could possibly imagine. This is going to give me nightmares. Now, you can choke down that Monarch lie about your father disappearing, or we can find out what really happened before it's too late. Oh my God, go! This world, it's not ours. Believe me. It's so much more vast than we could possibly imagine.
These monsters and Monarch have taken everything from me. No more.
The world is on fire. If we want to save millions of lives, we can use some help.
What did you think of that, dude?
You must be new security guard.
I do not care for I don't know. I just think Godzilla and Kong are boring. Like maybe it's just me. Well, I can't say maybe it's just me. It's definitely me. I don't like Kong. I don't like Godzilla. They're not interesting. They're just big ass. One is a big ass dinosaur. Like one is Tommy's toy, and the other one is a fake transformer. That's what I feel. I'm a hater. Yes, I am. I don't like them.
Anyways,
Yeah, Optimus Prime. Remember, Optimus Prime was the gorilla.
Oh, that's Optimus Primal for one.
Yeah, there
And
you
for
go.
two,
See?
he doesn't transform, fool. Like, come on. and obviously King Kong came before him. So, but I get it. I was never a fan of King Kong. Like King Kong was pretty boring to me, but like I've always liked Godzilla in general. I won't be watching this show just because I don't have Apple TV, and I don't plan on ever getting it necessarily. But I mean, it looks cool. It's kind of cool that it's we got like a little series with some some of the kaiju monsters and stuff like that, or the monster verse as they're calling it. But at the same time, like it's going to be following the humans, which that was always to me was like one of the biggest like downfalls of the whole Godzilla franchise, or not even the Godzilla franchise, but this current Godzilla franchise, the MonsterVerse as they're calling it, trying to follow the humans too much. And it's like, dude, just give us what we want. We just want to see big old huge monsters fighting. That's all I want to see. So like that's all I need. I don't really give two dams about the people in this, because that part of it to me is just boring. But
I feel like I can make a better movie, and something better than God. Like I don't understand how Godzilla has a fan base. Like maybe I don't know. I just.
So you probably don't. The reason why it has a fan base and the reason why you probably don't understand it, for one, is like it's Godzilla as a whole is at least the original Japanese version of Godzilla it was a metaphor for the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And then on top of it, like each movie, at least each of the newer maybe not all of them, but a lot of the more prominent like Godzilla movies all have like a message behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's more or less kind of like what it is, and that part of it like I find interesting. But overall, like I just like seeing monsters fight. So that's my whole thing. But we can move on from that. We're probably going to skip over this unless you wanted to quickly watch it.
Skip.
Say what?
Skip.
Yeah. We're not really Walking Dead fans. This is also for Daryl Dixon season 2. All right, now this is something I was interested in. You want to watch this?
Oh man, I played the game.
Say what?
So I played the game. Yeah, no, we can definitely do this one.
All right. So this is for Scott Pilgrim's anime that's coming out on Netflix. It's called Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, I believe. It's based on Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Nope.
The girl of my dreams?
It's time to wake up, dude.
I had a dream about that girl again.
I didn't care the first time you told me. Care even less now.
Toronto, Canada. Not too long ago. Hey, want to go out sometime?
You want to go on a date with me?
Ramona Flowers has 7 evil exes, all of whom you must defeat in order to date her. What? Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim. Ramona Flowers. Matthew Littell. Wallace Wells. Lucas Lee. Stacy Pilgrim. Indiana. Kim Pine.
This info dump was inevitable.
Julie Bowers. Todd Ingram. Gideon Gray. Young Neal. Steven Stills. Roxy Richter. Nice Chow. Scott Pilgrim takes off. Let's party.
That's around the corner too, man. Good. All right, that was pretty sick. Not gonna lie.
No, it definitely was. So the funny thing about that, I don't know if you saw some of the cast. Did you see that Chris
A lot of the
Evans?
cast is like returning from the movie.
Was Chris Evans in the movie?
Yeah, he
I didn't
played.
pay attention.
Well, he
He played
played
one
the
of the
guy that
boyfriends.
he's playing.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know Brie Larson was in the movie either. See, I didn't pay attention to the cast that much, but I thought was it Scott Pilgrim versus the World? I thought that was actually pretty dope. So no, like it literally looks like the video game. Like literally looks like the video game when it came out.
Yeah, I
Yes, there
mean,
was a video game.
yeah, I don't know. I've heard of the video game. I never ended up playing it, but like, um, I remember it being a thing, and then like, because I mean, even in the comic book, there was like comic book or not comic book. There was obviously there's comic book elements in it. There was video game elements to it in the comic book and in the movie, like when the movie came out. So
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, it's dope to see that like they got. It looks like a lot, if not most, of the live action cast to come back and voice the characters. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it makes me want to watch the
I'm
original
assuming
one.
it's just say what.
It makes me want to watch the original one.
Same, right? Like I want to go back and watch it and just like I'll definitely go back and watch it and then like compare like this to that because I'm definitely gonna sit down and watch this when it comes out. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna be dropping the whole thing. I would imagine on November 17th.
We can only hope.
I mean, it's Netflix. That's what Netflix do. They don't go for the whole like one at a time typically. Um, so yeah, no, I'm digging it. Like I can't wait for it to come out. Like I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be Scott Pilgrim versus the World like again, but in anime form. But I mean that's cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, same. And it looks pretty good, so I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Now moving on from there, were you a Percy Jackson and the Olympians fan?
So I watched the first one, and didn't watch the second one. So I don't really remember. I'm gonna go back and actually watch it again just so I can have I always tell myself I'm gonna go back and watch Percy Jackson and end up watching something else. So I'm gonna say not
So
really, I guess.
the first like I saw the first one, it wasn't bad, and I own for whatever reason I own the second one, and it's not bad either. But from see, I never read the books. I had a couple of friends who were fans of the books. It's weird that I had never got into it because Greek mythology was always right up my alley and stuff. But
Same.
um, from what I understood, the movies didn't necessarily like didn't do justice to the books as well as they like people had hoped. So from what I understand, the series is going to be a lot closer, like a lot more closely tied to the books than the movies were. So I don't think this is going to have anything to do with the movies. I believe that they're starting like from fresh with the Percy Jackson series. But this is just like showing off the cast. So let's start from here. So then we've got Virginia Cole as Sally Jackson, which is I believe is Percy Jackson's mother. Got Tim Sharp as Gabe Ugliano. I believe this is supposed to be Percy's stepdad, if I'm not mistaken.
He got a Zach Wilson jersey back there.
Oh yeah. Toby Stevens as Poseidon. Now this is kind of cool. I like Toby Stevens. The couple of things that I've watched him in. The biggest thing I'm a fan of his from, or that he's from, is Black Sails. So the fact that he's playing Poseidon when he played a pirate in Black Sails, and now he's playing the god of the ocean. That's kind of cool. Got Lance Reddick as Zeus. That's really unfortunate that he's not going to be reprising his role if they do a season 2. I would imagine that they are going to be doing a season 2, so he wouldn't be reprising his role, unfortunately, because he passed away. But
Wasn't he Martian Manhunter in Supergirl?
No,
Is that him?
that's
Okay.
different. Yeah. No, he
Okay.
played. Oh God, I'm gonna crucify myself because I can't believe I don't remember the name of his character from Destiny. But he played like the Titan character from Destiny.
Okay.
Adam Copeland is
That's
Ares.
funny.
Well, you know who this is because I don't.
That's Edge.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, you're right. Edge is fucking Ares. Okay, that's cool. That makes sense too. Jay Duplass as Hades. This is him in costume. I'm imagining he looks interesting. Lin-Manuel Miranda as Hermes. That's pretty funny.
He looks like a Hermes.
Yeah, a little bit, right? I could kind of see it. Timothy Amundsen as Hephaestus. Jessica Parker Kennedy as Medusa.
Yeah, she looks like a Medusa there. Hat in her face.
Yeah, for sure. Hiding her eyes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Megan Mullally as Electo, aka Mrs. Dodds. Suzanne Cryer as Echidna. Charlie Bushnell as Luke Castellan. Dior Goodjohn as Clarice LaRue. Lynn Turman as Chiron, aka Mr. Brunner. And then Jason Mantzoukas as Dionysus, aka Mr. D. That's funny. That makes a lot of sense. You ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, he's in a bunch of movies too, but he always plays like the overly kind of crazy manic dude. Usually he's on a lot
He was in
of
American
drugs and shit.
Pie.
He was in. No, he wasn't.
He looks like the one from American Pie.
Who are you thinking of?
Jason. How you spell his name?
Mantzoukas, I believe. If
No,
he was in
never mind. It's
American
not
Pie,
him.
I really don't remember. Yeah, no.
He looks like
Everything's.
the guy from American Pie.
What guy
Oh
are
my.
you talking about?
He's one of the best friends. Damn, I can't think of his freaking. Oh, it's gonna hit me later. I'll tell you later.
You talking about like the shorter dude, Kevin? No, right?
Yeah. That's what he
No,
kind of looks like to me.
I guess. Okay. Wheel of Time. Have you watched any of Wheel of Time?
No, all right, never mind. His name is
Prime?
Thomas Ian Nicholas.
Yeah, definitely not. For All Mankind, that's another one I have no idea about, or the Wheel of Time. But then we got some comic book news. So then Marvel confirms the end of the X-Men's Krakoan era in 2024. They confirm that the current Krakoan era of X-Men franchise will be coming to an end in 2024. Hence why they're doing the Fall of X event right now. This epic saga began back in 2019 with House of X and Powers of X, and soon it will all be done with a new pair of interconnected miniseries called Fall of the House of X and Rise of the Powers of X, or Rise of the Powers of 10, which is what it's most likely called. Here's just some quick snaps of that. So like you can kind of see like sort of the effects of Fall of X, right? So we've got Professor X there. He's looking old and withered.
I'm walking.
Oh, he's been walking, bro.
See,
He's
I'm
been
gonna pay
walking.
attention next X-Men.
So this is going to be, I'm assuming this is going to be for both the cover, at least for both books for the time being. What's really interesting here to see is we've got two Cables. So this is young Cable. He's been pretty prominent in the books lately, but then this is like the original Cable. This here is Shadowcat. This is her like newer persona now. She's
Kitty Pryde.
Kitty Pryde.
Hmm.
She unlocks some memories or something of like some assassin training that she got from Wolverine a long time ago, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So this is her now. Dazzler over here. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm seeing quite a few
This
characters.
is Age of Apocalypse. Say what?
No, I'm just saying. I'm about to hit the button like I hit the button. I'm trying to zoom in, and I can't zoom in either. No, I'm just seeing quite a few characters that I actually know. Warpath.
Warpath there, yeah.
There's two Warpaths actually. Go to the other side.
So wait, one is probably Thunderbird then if wait,
So that got to be Thunderbird there then. Wait, hold on. You zoomed in.
come on. Oh no, I changed. All right.
Yeah, that one top left, next to Mystique. Isn't that Warpath as well? Young Warpath.
Right here. Right
Nope,
here.
that's Magneto.
Say
That's
that's
next to
Magneto.
Mystique.
And then this no, this isn't. This is not Warpath. That's I can't remember his name right now. He's like a very powerful mutant though, but no, that's not Warpath.
Okay.
Oh, we got Sunfire down here. Cannonball.
It's funny to see Deadpool there.
Domino. Say what?
And I said it's funny to see Deadpool there. He's next to Bishop.
Yeah. Deadpool. I believe this is Sync, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the current. These three are, I think, are the current. Supposed to be. Well, they were named part of the new X-Men team. Literally
Juggernaut?
right before the fall of X. Yeah, Juggernaut,
Hmm.
Sync, and then I believe this is Rachel Summers.
It's definitely it's quite the cast here. I just don't see my boy. I see Gambit, but I don't see Nightcrawler.
What I find interesting is, I saw a Nightcrawler over here somewhere, but give me a second. So, what I find interesting is that they got Colossus here, but that's Colossus in his Age of Apocalypse uniform. So, like, I'm wondering if they're going to be pulling some characters from different timelines. And that's kind of what it seems like here, at least.
Oh, no, I see
The
Nightcrawler
fact
now.
that we've got these two Cables and then this different Colossus. Nightcrawler's right down here, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I saw right next to Omega Red.
X-23 down here.
No surprise.
But then this is Rogue. This is Rogue from the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. I have that figure somewhere too, but like, yeah, this is an older like version of Rogue. So I'm curious to find out if that's exactly what they're going to be doing, is pulling them from different parts of the timeline. If this is going to somehow be coming out of the fall of X. So, then not only that, but yeah, I just realized that this Wolverine right here, this uniform that he's wearing, this is from the Astonishing X-Men. So, yeah, I'm curious. I feel like they're going to be pulling characters from like different timelines and bringing them to the present. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it definitely will be.
So this is Fall House of X.
Colossus with a beard. That looks funny.
Him with the beard was really funny looking, just because his hair in general doesn't look like normal hair. It looks like it's all, metalled out.
Yeah.
And stuff. We got Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, and Wolverine on here with them. And then this is Rise of the Powers of 10. So we've got Iron Man in his newest armor. I don't know who this is. I want to say this is probably Monet St. Croix, but I could be wrong. And I don't know who this character is. Oh, wait.
No, it's Kitty.
Oh, that's Shadowcat. Why does she look like that?
I don't know.
She looks like almost like Grail, but like almost like she might look like Apocalypse a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And then we got Sync here in the center. Huh. And then we've got the resurrection of Magneto. I knew this was coming. I think a lot of comic book fans knew that this was coming because like he died not super long ago, but you can't kill Magneto for very long. So
Hell no, can't.
Moving on though, Jason Aaron's joining Action Comics for Superman Superstars. This is former Marvel Comics mainstay Jason Aaron will be returning to the DC universe in the near future, as he will be one of the major creators who will be appearing in the pages of Action Comics for a new initiative called Superman Superstars. This series will see different teams of creators telling new stories based on Superman and some of his biggest villains. Sorry, Aaron will be working with Harley Quinn artist John Timms on I, Bizarro. So we got a picture of Superman and Bizarro back here. Supergirl, and I'm assuming this is like a female Bizarro, like a Bizarro Supergirl, possibly.
Possibly.
Bizarro there. Looks like he's holding up the Daily Planet Globe. Also upside
down.
Huh.
It's upside down. Because Superman's right side up.
So I'm wondering, did he fall like that? Or is he pushing it down maybe? Who knows? Bizarro again. These are all variant covers, it looks like, for Action Comics 1061. There's another Bizarro. Bizarro number 1. Another Bizarro.
I ain't gonna lie, these Bizarro's joints looks actually pretty good.
Right? Superman and Lois.
I'm mad they put him back with the tidiest. They should have left him at like his not rebirth, but his New 52. Just my opinion.
And they did the same with Batman, where they put the underwear on the outside. You know, there's the reason for it is because from what I understand, there's a lot of people kind of complaining about they wanted him back in there. I don't know. I don't really see a difference in having the trunks or not. You know, and I understand the sort of imagery of it, or like the original reason why they wore them, or at least the speculation of the original reason why they wore them. But like at the same time, like I don't know, it doesn't really bother me one way or another. So
it's new times, like get with the program.
Here we go, another.
Oh, that's a good one.
This is from I, Bizarro. This looks good. I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was an older book where it was in this sort of comic book style with Bizarro. I just don't remember what the series was called. It was like, I want to say it was like early 2000s, like Action Comics or like Superman comics, but it was a really good art style. Oh,
that's a good one too. I like that. Oh, look at what. It's a lot of super people.
Yeah.
Is that Superboy? No, it's not Superboy. I think it's Superman.
That's Superboy.
That's older Superboy.
Yeah, Superman. Yeah. Oh, they're fighting a bunch of Lobo clones. Yeah, this is Superman family versus a bunch of Lobo clones. So we got Steel 2 back here, aka Natasha Irons. There's Supergirl, Superboy, the Superman of China, and then Superman. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see if there's any of the other super fam here, though.
I don't see. I wouldn't be surprised if John Kent's in there.
You said you would or wouldn't be?
I said I wouldn't be surprised. We just
I
probably
wouldn't be
don't see him.
surprised. I'm surprised that I don't see him on here. This is for Action Comics 1064.
That's the last one.
That's it.
That looks good.
Yeah, it does. It looks pretty decent, honestly. Now this isn't anything that you and I think know of, but this is Oni Press teases jam-packed Oni 2024 They include Cullen Bunn and Jesus Hervas Invasive. So this is just a bunch of titles. I believe this is like indie comics, I'm assuming. Oni 2024. Oh, Oni Press. So yeah, this is from Oni Press. A Kogun, Brutalizer of Gods. Interesting. Cemetery Kids Don't Die. That looks like an interesting book. Hey, what does the tagline on here say? You're only alive if you're online. Invasive. Jill and the Killers. I feel like I've heard of this book before, though. Night People. It's funny. I was going to say something like that, too. Racist. What does that mean?
Kogun's gonna end up being an anime. Watch.
Anime or manga?
One of the two. It's gonna turn into an anime. Look at that. It looks like a perfect anime.
Yeah. True.
I want to say perfect, but it's definitely perfect title for anime.
And then here we go. It says DC revives the Elseworld imprint with 6 new series. Now, I don't remember Elseworlds necessarily being a dead imprint because I thought that they just changed it to DC Black Label. So maybe they're just kind of starting it up again. But here we'll go through. It says the lineup includes Andy Diggle and Leonardo Fernandez's Gotham by Gaslight: The Kryptonian Age, Batman the Barbarian. This is cool. I can't wait to see this. But it's Dark Knights of Steel All Winter. Dark Knights of Steel was a really good series. So to see it getting like a sequel is kind of cool. Green Lantern Dark, Batman Nightfire, and DC versus Vampires World War V. So that's getting a follow-up series as well. So here we've got Batman the Barbarian. That just looks like Man of Bats, right?
Yeah. That's what it looks like to me.
And this is for Dark Knights of Steel All Winter. This looks interesting because I'm wondering if it's going to be a follow-up to Dark Knights of Steel, or if this is going to be like the same concept, but instead of in medieval times, this is supposed to be like in more of the Iron Age, sort of like Viking times. Because this character looks like he could be like Odin almost, and just because based on the name All Winter, it almost sounds like All Father.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see. Plus, you got some. I mean, you've got the like Celtic sort of like inspiration here on it. So I'm wondering maybe that's going to be taking that same sort of idea and putting it into a more ancient time as opposed to being modern day and shit. So that'd be interesting. Okay, so this is more Dark Knights of Steel. So yeah, it is kind of looking like they're going to be doing something similar, where they put it into a different age instead of just in the medieval time. So that's cool. And this is DC versus Vampires World War V. That's Wonder Woman as a vampire. That's kind of cool. I mean, the like W on her chest, or like where it's supposed to be the eagle, looks more like a bat.
Yeah. Looks kind of weird, not gonna lie.
This is also DC versus Vampires World War V. This is kind of cool. Yeah, Damien here, Ravager, Harley Quinn, and then I don't know who this is.
There might be one of the was it Cassandra Cain?
Maybe
Possibly.
Whoever it is, they're a nun, so I don't know. But
yeah, that got to be Cassandra.
This freaking Charger though is pretty sick.
Facts. It kind of looks like the Batmobile in the Batman.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love how they're all freaking like. I mean, look at Ravager, dude. She looks insane.
She does.
Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age. This will be interesting. I'm assuming they're going to be maybe introducing a Superman into this universe.
Got to be if they say Kryptonian Age.
Could be a different Kryptonian, could be like Zod or Supergirl, maybe.
That's true.
Either way, like, really interesting. See where they would go with this. And this is another one from Gotham by Gaslight. This is from Green Lantern Dark. Not really sure of what's going on here. It kind of looks like a zombie army or something.
That's exactly what it looks like to me.
And I'm assuming this is going to be the new Green Lantern character. It looks like she literally has a Green Lantern.
Why should be Jessica Cruz?
It could be. I don't know. Maybe it's just a new character altogether. Looks like it might have something to do with like Alan Scott. As opposed to it being like an actual like the Green Lantern ring, it'd be like the actual like Starheart lantern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting take on it. Because that's more mystical, if anything. And then we got Batman Nightfire. This guy looks fucking sick. He almost looks like Murder Machine, honestly.
He does.
And then we're just back to the beginning here. All right. I don't know what this is. Ghosts of Ruin debut trailer and comic book prequels at NYCC. It says alongside the trailer, it was confirmed that 2 new comic book spinoffs will be arriving in the future that will dig even deeper into the world of this battle royale and VR inspired series. You want to check this out?
No.
Okay. And we got a series called Has Been Hotel. This is just, I don't exactly know what this is, but it looks like it's a cartoon series or something, possibly coming out of one of these streamers.
It followed me here, and it's gonna keep coming for us. It's smiling at me.
What is that?
Our people built the pet cemetery to protect them from evil.
This thing is like a sickness. Burn this place to the ground.
I can do this. Somehow I know it.
God.
I'll get heaven behind my plans.
Charlie, hold on.
There's just no way I could blow it. Not this once in a lifetime chance to change their mind.
Automatically turned off.
Something tells me
this is supposed to be Frozen in hell.
I have no idea. Okay.
You start off with the singing, yeah, turned off.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Check this out
Everything
later.
else doesn't. Yeah.
Earth Defense 6, not really anything that I play. Strangers, this is getting a chapter 1. That's really weird. From what I understand, they're basically kind of turning that horror movie into like a trilogy.
Yep.
I don't know. Interesting. This is cool. All right. So Kaiju number 8 will be exclusively on Crunchyroll next spring. So that's going to be the premiere of the anime for Kaiju number 8. heard about the series, but I've never watched it, or I've never read it rather. So.
こりゃしばらく残業だな。
なんで諦めちゃったんすか？
なんでこうなった。
目標撃破。
もう一回防衛隊員目指。
Tight. So the basis for the manga basically is that this character who works for this task force or this agency or whatever that deals with kaijus becomes a kaiju and then basically continues to work for the agency to fight kaijus as one.
No surprise.
I don't know. I heard I remember hearing the premise of the series back when it first debuted. And I was always interested in it, but I just haven't started reading it yet. So I might have to dive into the series when it comes out and see what it's like. But yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely that was weird. It kind of reminded me of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of vibe. It's not the vibe that I get from that, but I mean, just in general, I think the sort of idea behind it seems very similar to like Attack on Titan. So, but yeah, man. I mean, that was everything from NYCC. What did you think of some of the stuff?
Some interesting things, some definitely weird things. That Hellbin one was definitely weird. It literally was basically frozen. Just for them just singing and stuff. But I actually am pretty excited to see certain things from NYCC that we just saw.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm definitely I'm excited for Invincible season 2.
Same.
That Scott Pilgrim honestly looks pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
What was the Dragon Ball Daima? That looks really cool too.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see that.
And the Elsewhere stuff actually was pretty. It was actually the artwork was cool. But I'm really, and it's weird to say, but that Superman one was dope, especially that last one with the against Lobo. Lobo clones.
Yeah.
Well, that and that Bizarro one was like Bizarro standing next to Superman.
Yeah, no, for sure. That honestly, yeah, that definitely interested me too. I'm really interested in where everything's going with Fall of X and how they plan on following that up, obviously with those new titles that they're going to be starting next year. So, because for the last couple of years, like they've been on I feel like a steady uptick with X-Men. They just kind of like keep upping the ante with it. So yeah, I'm really curious like where Fall of X is going to land and how that's going to change things moving forward. Because based on like the artwork that we saw, it almost looks as though they plan on, if not pulling different characters out of the timeline, possibly resurrecting the characters that are dead, but resurrecting them at different points from within their life.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting to see, and I'd be intrigued to see just exactly where that goes. But yeah. I mean, other than that, man, I mean, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we wrap things up?
No, not really. Well, actually, Spider-Man 2 came out. Didn't get a chance to play it yet. So if you played it, enjoy. And if you also are playing it, I can't give you what I really want to give you, which is the middle finger. So I can't play it yet.
Yeah, no, I can't play it at all right now because I mean a lot of the more recent games that have been coming out for PS5 only, like I've had to miss them. So like Jedi Survivor, couldn't play it. You know, this Spider-Man 2, I can't play it. Freaking, there's something else that was like on my radar for a while too, but I can't play because it's PS5 only. And like, I get it. You know, they're trying to push people to the new console, but like, just release it for PS4 for me, please. Come on. Like, I just want to freaking play this shit, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to buy a PS5 for it.
The graphics is too good to be wasted on a PS4.
I mean, yeah, I know, I get it, but still, like, maybe I'll just wait till it comes out on PC.
Ain't happening.
What you mean ain't happening?
Ain't happening.
It won't happen probably anytime soon. It took them a long time to get freaking to port Spider-Man to PC, which is weird. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for joining us. Let us know what you thought of the news that came out of NYCC. Let us know what you're excited to see, coming up here in the next few weeks. Let us know what you thought of Loki season, or what you're thinking of Loki season 2 so far. If there's anything that you want us to cover in the next episode, or anything in general that you want us to start covering a little bit more of, let us know. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, until next time, class dismissed, folks.